Where do we go from here? In a space where racism and economic insufficiency are intertwined to slit our throats from behind. Where do we go from here? In a place where we have to work twice as hard to get half of what they have. Where do we go from here? In a place that snatches our mothers and our fathers away from our brothers and sisters and places them in the system, a system designed to fail us. Where do we go from here? When our families are torn, when our children can't be as nurtured because they live in the absence of a parent, when the men of our future can't resemble the ones who raised them because they were rarely around, working long hours for minimum wage, when the women of our future, these women who are supposed to blossom into mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, are forced to grow up independently without the touch, the care, the love of a mother. Where do we go from here? Listen, a little fact about me, I'm a daddy's girl, and I'm talking like all the way daddy's girl, okay? 2 years ago, my father was diagnosed with cancer. And instead of being concerned with the lack of proper health care that he was receiving, he was more so searching for an answer. How will my kids survive on only my wife's pay? How will my kids grow up less than their friends each and every day? How can my son mold into a man without a man to guide his way? After he was denied health insurance, my family's put finances together, including completely wiping out my parents' savings so that he may receive chemotherapy. Although he was tired, exhausted, sick, weak, depressed, fighting, he went back to work. He had to. Every single day he struggled and continued to fight his battle. He drove his taxi and brought home all he could to continue to put foods in our mouths and clothes on our back. And even then, those long, excruciating 6 hours a day were not enough. And so he began working longer hours and even nights, to the point that my younger brother began to wonder, where is his night? Our family began to crumble. There was no longer a man of the house. He was out trying to provide for his family while making sure he kept his heart beating, making sure he kept himself alive. While my brother continued to grow up without a father figure in the home, while my mother struggled to make any type of ends meet, I stood still, wondering, questioning. Where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do millions of African Americans go from here when their lives are heavily affected by this economic insufficiency? When everything we do never reaches sufficiency? When will our heads stop chasing our tails? In the eyes of the white world today, I stand before you in this very moment, and I wonder, will I be enough? When will we not have to sacrifice ourselves, our families, and our future generations in order to see another day, in order to survive another day? When will we finally get that diamond out the rough? I wonder, where do we go from here?